welcome to my channel. My name is Tre'neice and I do everything faith-based, lifestyle, beauty. So if you are interested, just continue watching this video. So in today's video, I'm just going to be talking about how God is good even when life is not. And in order for me to talk about this, I'm just going to give you just a quick, brief summary of who I am and just my background. So my name is Tre'neice. I'm 23 years old. I've been married twice. Yes, I've been married twice and I'm 23. And I am now living with my spouse. And yeah, so I mean, that's not really much, but that's just kind of like you can kind of gravitate towards many ideas on why I've been married twice as a young adult. But I struggle with abandonment. I struggle with insecurity and a lot of fear, being that I was bullied a lot as a child. I was raised in a home where I was abused emotionally and somewhat physically, and I have, or had, we're gonna say had, we're gonna put some power in my tongue, but I had issues surrounding men, and I still, if I'm being honest, I still struggle with that to this day. And I would expect dudes that I would be with to always just be my lifelong partner. Like anybody I got with, like that was like always like my end game. And I'm here to tell you it's not. Okay. And I got married when I was 19 to someone that I didn't want to marry, but I felt like they were good to me and I felt like I deserved it, so I said, why not? And here I am, obviously not married to that person, and now I'm married to somebody else. And I got married a few months ago, and so this is still freshly new. But I'm hoping that with the work that God is doing within me and in my life, that I'm going to continue to walk in his blessings and continue to walk in the path that he has set out for me. And I say all this to say because about a year ago, before I met the person I am with today, I was dealing with somebody, and I had been dealing with this person since I was a sophomore in high school. So quite a while. Really, since I was a sophomore. Since a sophomore. And this person was very charming. Very charming, like class clown, just whatever, typical high school stuff. And I ended up dating this person. And then it was so crazy because when I started dating this person, it was supposed to be just like a little fling. Like we started dating over the summer. I was like, oh, it's just gonna be fun, nothing major, nothing serious. And it obviously turned into something serious. And me and that person, we just did not work out. Like we were always on and off. Like he was always wanting to date somebody else. And he was always just wanting to be what we call, like another word for thought. It starts with an H. And that's just what he was. He was like a man thought. Like that's just what it is. And so me being vulnerable, me having not a great track history with men, I kind of would take things that he said and just make it like my life. Like, oh, we're meant to be together. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, we're going to go to college together. Like just these ideas, like just painting these ideas in my mind that were just false. Like this person just didn't want anybody else to have me, because for whatever reasons that are unknown to me and I could care less about now in this very moment. But that is just the reality of the situation. Like I was stuck on somebody that was just no good for me, and it just poured into all of my relationships, whether that was my friendships, whether that was guys I was dating, just anything. Like they would, like those issues and that pain and that anger would just pour into everything else. And so fast forward, I'm 19 and I meet somebody. I think I'm in college, and a friend put me on with this guy. He was a nice guy, but I kind of knew from the moment that just wasn't the guy for me. Like he just wasn't my type. But he was great. Like, he was a great guy. He was nice. You know, he did things for me without me having to ask. Like, he was always aware of, like, little things that I said I would like. Like, he would try to get those things for me. Just anything. Like, he was just there, okay? He was, like, an ideal provider. Like, he wanted a man that's going to provide. That was him. He was a provider. And so I convinced myself, like, you know what? This is good for me. You know, I can do this. I can be with him. And the whole time I didn't want that. And, of course, I know that sounds so bad to say. But I ended up getting married to that person, and it didn't work out. We're going to cut that where it's at. It just didn't work out. And so fast forward to 2021. So, okay, as I was married to this person, I ended up enlisting. So it's just like this whole thing. I ended up going to the military, which and then in turn, I ended up getting married. And so that's just kind of how that happened at 19. You know, you enlist, you know, the idea, you don't want to be alone, so you get married. That was what that was, okay? And so fast forward 2021, I'm no longer married, I'm out the military, and then I meet my spouse, like the person I'm married to now. And at this time, like, I was smoking and I was drinking, and obviously with this person from my sophomore year, like this person that has on and off been a part of my life since 10th grade to 2021, with that person in the back of my mind, like, and I feel as though I was drinking and smoking to kind of be what I thought he wanted me to be. So again, I'm still living my life for somebody else, and it's now 2021. So from 16 years old to 21 years old, you know, you can see the issue here, right? That's a very long time. And so smoking and drinking and just, I think I'm just living it up, you know, like I got my freedom, I'm not enlisted anymore. Ain't nobody telling me what time I need to wake up in the morning. I don't gotta wake up at 3, I don't gotta wake up at 5 to do PT. You know, I'm just doing my own thing and I'm making good money. And so I meet the person I'm with now, and it was just like the same, not the same, but it was that same feeling. Like I started to go through the same problems. I started to have, you know, massive acne breakouts. Like, I was just going through it, y'all. Like, I'm talking about going through it. I was going through it, but I was going through it since 2016. Like, I was going through the ringer. Like, the devil really had a chokehold. Like, he had me in chains. Like, he had my life wrapped around his finger. If that's how you want to put it. And so after that, after I met the person I'm with now, 2021, we started dating. And maybe after about almost a year, I want to say almost a year of us dating, I started to find my way back to Christ. And actually, no, it wasn't almost a year, because I met him in July 2021, and maybe like towards the end of that year, I started to find my way back to Christ. And I started to find my way back to him because I found myself going through the same things emotionally. Like the same things that led me to be depressed, the same things that led me to not want to eat, to not want to wake up, to just want to die. Like, I literally just felt like I wanted to die. And so I just started to pray. I started to pray, and I started to ask God, I'm like, why? Like, why is this happening to me? What is going on? Like, I want to be set free. Like, I don't want to go through this no more. Like, I want to do right. I want to get my life together. And I'm just like pleading to him, like, I really want to get my life together. And so I started to make those steps. And y'all, I started to make them steps. And you talk about spiritual warfare, like, if for those of you who don't know what that is, who feel like they haven't experienced it yet, when you really take that step with God, you will experience it. And you have to understand that you just have to go through it. Like, it's not going to last forever. It's going to feel like it's going to last forever. It's going to feel like the worst thing ever. But I'm here to tell you that it does not last forever. You will get through it. Like, that's it. Like, you just have to go through it. It may take a few days. It may take a few weeks. It just depends all on you. But y'all, like, I had my first, like, almost like out of body experience what are those dreams called? I can't think of what it's called, but the dream where you literally, like, you feel like you're dying in your dream. I literally, like, y'all, like, I was having a dream, and I was, like, how my room was set up, it was literally just like that. Like, everything was the same. Like, the setting was the same. Like, I was sleeping. Like, it was literally, like, real, like, it was my real life. And so I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden it's just like all these demons, like, all you see is just like black little, like, figures, and they're literally like dragging me down, like they're holding me down, like I'm literally like suffocating. And I remember in my dream, like, I'm just like screaming, I'm like screaming for help, I'm like, no, like I'm just screaming and screaming and screaming. And to remind you, I'm in the setting of my room, same setting, same everything. And I remember I was calling out, and my mom came. Like, my mom came to the door and was just staring at me and asked me, like, what are you screaming about? And I'm like, literally, like, the demons are like holding me down, grabbing me down, and she just walks away. She walks away. But that's the thing, that's what they wanted me to see. They wanted me to feel defeated. They wanted me to feel like I had no one. But like these demons was really trying to take me out. They was for real trying to take me out, like in my sleep. And I remember, I don't even know how I got out, but I just kept fighting and I got out. And I remember waking up feeling like I could not breathe. Like, I really could not breathe. And so it was in that moment where I was so scared. I was so scared. But you know what the first thing I did when I woke up? I started praying. I just started praying and praying and praying. I was telling God, like, no, like, these demons are not going to have their way with me. And it was hard, like, because this was obviously the beginning of my walk with Christ, like, just the very beginning. And so it was a struggle. Like, I was still drinking. You know, I ended up stopped smoking, but I was definitely still getting drunk. I was still drinking, still going out, still smoking hookah, like, still doing worldly things. But in my heart, like, obviously he knew my spirit, like, he knew ultimately, like, I did want to do right. Like, I was trying. And so fast forward to now, eventually, obviously, I haven't been drinking. I actually haven't been drinking for maybe a month and some change now. So kudos to your girl. But I no longer drink and I no longer smoke. I've been stopped smoking for maybe like almost a year. I mean, well, let me not say that, because I did smoke like some months ago. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But that was the last time. Like, that was for real. Like, okay, like, I really don't need to be doing this. But I say all this to say, because that's like a whole backstory on me, backstory on like how I found my way to God, you know, because of course I done came on here, started talking about God, and I'm pretty sure people are going to be like, well, you know, like, what's your story? Like, who am I? And that's who I am. I'm a girl that's 23 that got married at 19, that's now married again, that went through the ringer with the devil because he thought he had a hold on me, but he doesn't. I'm here to say that I'm delivered and I'm saved, and I'll be getting baptized in about 2 weeks. So yeah, get at your girl. You know, we're just living, okay? But fast forward to today's time. I don't have a job. So I haven't had a job in months. I don't have money. 2 of my accounts are in the negative. This is like me being very transparent, just very, very transparent. And there are times where I literally feel depressed. There are times where I really feel like I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anything, because I apply to jobs and I'm doing all this stuff and I'm like, nothing is working, you know, like, nothing's working. And when you feel like your life is falling apart, and my marriage just recently, why can't I talk, was in question. And so here I am today, recording this video, still not sure of where my life is headed, still not sure of what God's plans are for me. I'm recording this video to let you guys know that I'm still here. Like, I'm still standing. The devil does not have a hold on me. The devil did not take me out, because he's been trying to take me out for the past few days. I started having them, you know, just some real crazy dreams lately. But I get up and I rebuke it. I get up and start praying. You know, I'm trying my best. And so I'm saying that God is good through the midst of that because he brought me through it. There were literally times in my life where I felt like I wanted to die, y'all. Like, and not on no dramatic, like, oh, I just want to die. But like, no, like I really was like, this is just too much. Like, I cannot seem to get myself out of this cycle. I cannot seem to get myself out of this loop. And today I am making the progress and I'm making the steps to be adamant about making change and facing my traumas, facing my fears, facing things and dealing with things. And I'm learning that all memories aren't good, but it doesn't mean that you cannot embrace those memories, because you can't forget the past. You can let go of the past, obviously, but your past is what makes you who you are today. And it's okay to have once loved somebody and now they're no longer a part of your life. And it's okay for someone to have done you wrong and maybe you felt like you were just never going to forgive them. Maybe you felt like you were always going to hate them. And there are things in your life that you have to forgive and you have to move on. You're not going to forget. You'll forget with time. Like, and when people say forgive and forget, it's like with time, like you'll slowly just let it go. Like it just will kind of be like it never happened, but it's always there. And eventually you kind of do forget. Kind of. But God is good in the midst of your trials. God is good even when life is not, because there were times where I had no money and he provided that. I mean, now I'm waiting for him to provide. But I have a man. I have a man who looks out for me. I have a man who he is allowing to be able to provide for us. And that's great, you know, because I'm used to having to do everything on my own. I'm used to just not really wanting to ask. I don't like asking for help. I feel like I don't need it, but I do. We all need help. We all need something, okay? And so I just want to come on here and be transparent and just let you know that God is here. Like, look at me. I'm in a brand new apartment and it's so nice. Okay, I drink my coffee. I'm able to be home all the time. And you know, it just has its pros and cons. Like, yeah, I don't have money, but I'm also not at work feeling like I hate my job, feeling like I hate my life, feeling like I hate getting up. And I'm at home. And I actually enjoy being home. I don't enjoy the not having money part, but I enjoy being home. And so I am very, 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 very grateful for God and what he's doing in my life and what he's doing in people that are a part of my life as well. And so just be encouraged, okay? We all have a story. You know, it took me some time to really embrace the fact that I've been married now twice and I'm 23, because I've always said I only wanted to get married once. And so I have fears surrounding marriage. I have fears surrounding men. I have fears surrounding friendships. Like, I just have a lot of things I need to work on. And so just know you're not perfect. And God is still choosing you. God still wants you. God is still going to be a part of your story if you allow him to be. And you will thank him for it. You will be happy in the midst of trials. Because look at me, y'all. I'm here and I have a smile on my face. And it's genuine, okay? So let me just put that out there. But again, thank you guys for tuning into this video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on my next video. Peace.